What's up, guys? It's your girl Janine, and I have a question for you today. Why is it so easy to repeat bad habits and so hard to form good ones? Once your habits are established, they seem to stick around forever and ever, especially the unwanted ones, which could feel impossible to break. You ever notice that? Like, don't even get me started on the impossible habits. Ugh, it gets me so mad. I have a few of them. But here's the thing, you see, changing your habits is challenging for two reasons. We try to change the wrong habit, and we try to change that habit the wrong way. You see, what'll motivate you is when a habit becomes a part of your identity. Yeah. It's one thing to say, I'm the type of person who wants this, but it's another thing to be, I'm the type of person who is this. Because when you have a habit, it's pride attached to it now. The more pride you have in a particular aspect of your identity, the more motivated you become to maintain that habit associated with that identity. You get what I'm saying? Because once your pride gets involved, you'll fight tooth and nail to maintain your habits. You'll fight to maintain that image that everyone loves, that you love, because you have this new profound identity and the habits that brought you there. You're like, I feel great. Listen when I tell you this. True behavior change is identity change. You get what I'm saying? Anyone can convince themselves to do something once or twice. Anyone. But if you don't shift the belief behind the behavior, then it's hard to stick with the habit. It's hard to stick with the long-term changes. Improvements are only temporary until they become consistent, until they become a part of who you are, until they become a part of who I am. Your behaviors are a reflection of your identity. I told you that in my last video. What you do is an indication of the type of person you believe that you are, or the type of person you consciously or subconsciously believe you are or want to become. And once you believe in a certain part of your identity, more likely you are to act in favor of that. The more likely you are to be in alignment with that belief. Think about it. Think about it. The more deeply a thought or action is tied to your identity, the harder it is to change it. Whatever your identity is right now, you only believe it to be true because you have proof of it. You've been acting this way this whole time. You've been doing it day in and day out. So that's why you believe this is your identity. A robber believes he's a robber because he's been robbing banks for 25 years. We don't change by snapping our fingers and deciding, I want to be someone new instantly. I just want to be someone entirely new. No. We change bit by bit, day by day, habit by habit. Each habit not only gets results, but also teaches you something new. You start to believe, hey, I could actually achieve these things. I could do this. Every time you choose a bad habit, you're choosing that identity. Every time I choose to go and rob a bank, I'm choosing to be a robber. When I choose to neglect the gym, I'm choosing to be fat. Listen, no one is asking you to be perfect. Only God is that. My father used to tell me, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Nothing. You have two options. Decide the person you want to be and prove it to yourself day by day by day. Decide who you want to be, then prove it. And once you have a grasp on the type of person you want to be, you can begin taking small strides to reinforce that identity. Your habits shape your identity. They shape who you are. Your habit shapes everything about you. You become your habits. Guys, listen. You become your habits. If I eat consistently 4 times a day, but I'm eating healthy, guess what? I've become healthy. I'm a health ward. I love to be clean. If I read books, tons of books every single day, I'm a bookworm. I love to read. If I'm a writer, if for 20 years you've seen me writing, what do you identify me as? A writer. Maybe not an author if I haven't produced anything, but I'm definitely a writer. You are your habits. You are your identity is what you do, your habits. Change those negative habits. I used to have a habit of biting my nails. It's bad. No one wants to see your nails like that. My dad used to tell me all the time, that's very unladylike. I changed the habit. Change your habits, guys. Change it. I used to think negative all the time. I used to say, I'm not going to do that because I know it's not going to work out. Who told me it's not going to work out? I told myself that. Bad habit. Speaking positivity. Speak in depths of, I know this is going to work out. I have a habit of being positive. So positivity begets positivity. You get what I'm saying? I really want you guys to focus on changing your mindset, changing your habits. Everything you've been doing in those past few years, you know why you haven't gotten to where you want to be? Because you haven't changed your habits. You know why I am where I am right now? I changed my habits. Even with me being in the military before, even with me having degrees, I still had poor habits. I still had it. So put aside me being a veteran, put aside me having 2 bachelor's degrees, put aside me being a mom, those bad habits were still there. So when I changed them, that's when all my great qualities came about. And that's the person you see today. That's the person that's trying to help you become who you want to be today. All right? So from this point forward, we're changing our bad habits. We're letting them go. We're saying, I'm done. I'm done. If you smoke cigarettes, break them cancer sticks and let them go. Let them go. Be done with the nicotine. If you drink, I'm a drinker. But if you overly drink, if you excessively drink, knock it down. Let those bad habits go. Do it occasionally now. Pick up good habits. Pick up good habits, guys. It's okay to be different. And it is okay to be great. But no one is asking you to be perfect. God is perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Let him do that. Let him do that. I just want you to be great. That's it.